Welcome to Anime Jail. My name is Jack,
And my name is Leon.
and this week, or this fortnight, if you will, because we upload every 2 weeks, um, we are going with. Was this my pick or your pick? I guess mine, right?
I think it was like our pick.
Yeah, our pick, I guess. We are going to be talking about the infamous Black Butler. We do these episodes based on the first 12 episodes of a show, or like a 12 episode length show. And because the first season has 24 episodes, we decided to only watch the first 12 and judge it off of that. And we'll let y'all know if we continue watching after towards the end of the episode, probably.
Yeah.
But to start things off, yes, we watched the first 12 episodes of Black Butler. Black Butler is a series that I have heard a lot about before this, but I didn't really know anything about. And I didn't know if I would ever watch it. So I'm glad we kind of took this opportunity to watch it, because I don't know if I ever would have watched it like myself. But yeah, Black Butler.
I didn't
What?
know either. Like if I ever want to watch it, like my girlfriend said, yeah, it's good, it's fun. But it never really got me to the point where I say, okay, let's watch it.
そうですね、確かに。
So I'm also
Yeah.
glad that we got the opportunity to just watch some random anime. Or maybe not as random, because I think Black Butler has quite the fandom.
Without a doubt, yeah. It certainly has a reputation, and
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to put something out there, like at the start of the conversation, because I was thinking about this while watching, and I wanted to lay out the vocabulary that I thought of, which is, do you know the term chunibyo?
Please elaborate.
Okay. Um, Basically, there's an idea in Japanese culture. So, chunibyo, as you could probably know, Leon, is it's the characters for middle school second year. So like chuni,
Mm-hmm.
and then bio is sickness. So basically, it's talking about the middle school sickness, which is basically like it's almost like how you would call things are like cringe almost. Like it's like something you would do in middle school, but it's kind of like a little cringy.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that idea is very central in this series due to its presentation and themes. Like there are like a ton of anime that like make fun of like this kid has like a special eye that he hides under an eye patch. And
Yeah,
like
that's true.
and like uh Shieru is literally that like represented. Like he is literally made a contract with a devil. He's literally done like all the Chunibyo stuff. And I just want to put forth that that's definitely a like main idea. I guess that's part of why the series is infamous for like the type of people that watch it, I guess.
I have not thought about like the Chunibyo thing at all, to be honest, while watching.
Oh, really?
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, it totally makes sense. But for that, I was just like, oh, he has an eye patch. Okay, cool.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I also think, or felt like, that Black Butler came out before like Junibyo was that big of a thing in anime. At least that's what I feel like.
Mm.
Around 2005, 6, I guess. Or no, the anime was later, 2009.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The manga was 2006. I think you're right. I think anime is 2009. Let me check. Yes, 2008. Oh, 2008.
Ah, okay. So 2008, so late 2000.
Yeah. I'm not a historian on Chunibyo, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
me
sure
neither.
that was around the time when like those ideas were getting popular, I guess. Um, so who knows? I just wanted to put that out there because it reminded me of that. Um, and I think it's part of why the fan base is kind of infamous, or like the series is kind of infamous, because I feel like it also doesn't help that it was on Netflix for a while. I think a lot of people who were like younger, maybe more impressionable, watched that when they were like like a kid and like kind of like got an idea about anime, and it's like I feel like Black Butler embodies a lot of what people who don't watch anime think anime is cringe. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Totally, totally.
people who don't watch anime think that all anime is just like that kind of like cringiness, but like I don't know, like obviously it's not because like me and you have watched a lot of anime, but I just think it's really funny to like watch this series that so many people have like labeled in that way. But man, we are
True.
going off very, very, very fast on the start here.
Well,
I
first of all, we should mention there will be spoilers,
there
as
will
always.
we have to mention it every time. Yes, there will be spoilers. Um,
And
for the hey,
all,
but only for the first 12 episodes, right?
yeah, of course, I haven't watched further.
Yes, me
There was
neither.
some
Not this time.
difficulties recording this time because we wanted to record on Monday and currently it's
Mm,
Wednesday because I didn't have Wi-Fi from Saturday to today, which was kind
yep.
of weird, but uh,
Me
it's
with no
okay.
Wi-Fi.
Episode will come out on time, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
It shouldn't affect you,
Yeah.
valued listener.
And I wanted to say something, but I kind of
Hmm.
forgot.
Oh
I
no,
wanted to
Leon.
Bogamba. I wanted you
Follow.
to like explain the meaning of infamous further, just for me to be
Okay.
sure about the meaning.
Yeah. I, for some reason, I'm having like deja vu again. I feel like we've talked about this, but basically, famous, obviously, as you know, famous is like something is like well known or like
Yeah.
just like popular or something. But um, infamous is when something is well known for a bad reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
I
definitely have talked about it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we've like mentioned it before or something.
Like it's not a word I use often, so I
Yeah.
need to be sure about the meaning. And with that, I also remembered what the other thing was I wanted to say.
Yay!
Dude, I literally forgot.
No, hey, dude, what the fuck?
Wait,
You did
infamous.
not.
Oh, I wanted to say that when this anime came out in 2008, first of all, I was way too young to watch anime at all.
Yeah.
But I also didn't start watching anime for another like 8 years.
Hmm.
So like I started around 2015, 16, I think.
Dude, that was also me too, I would say.
Yeah, so I didn't uh I wasn't into anime when everybody started watching Black Butler. I
Dude, me
just
neither.
I just knew the opening from all the opening quizzes I did.
Yes. Do you want to get into I guess I can kind of start by um I don't know. This series is kind of different cuz it doesn't well, okay, this is already kind of getting into the difficulties of me talking about it, but I feel like it has a story, but it also is kind of like episodic in some
Yeah,
moments.
definitely.
But I think I'll just start by saying like a rough plot of like Pieru and like the main stuff, and then we'll kind of just go into like basic plot maybe in like characters. But
Personally,
yeah,
I
yeah,
would want to talk about like what do you think about the first episode, like
first episode, okay.
the intro, like how you get how the story develops in the beginning, like how the viewer
Mm,
is pulled into the story or
yeah,
not.
yeah, okay. So like from like the first episode, you mean?
Yeah, like basically when this first episode starts, I think we instantly have the scene where Seal basically
Yeah.
makes the deal with the devil,
Mm.
which I thought was quite the funny term thinking about kakegurui.
Yeah. Deal with a dev.
But yeah, I didn't know what to think about it. Like I noticed in episode 2 or 3 that he would have actually died if he didn't make that deal. But before
Yeah.
that, I just was okay. What was that scene?
Mm.
So what did you think about that scene?
Yeah, you mean like the scene like where like at the very beginning when he's like
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, from the get-go, like from the first episode, I didn't really know what to think about the show.
Hmm.
And especially from the first scene, like how it starts is just very like sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Like it draws you in and like is like, okay, this is happening. Like there's some devil involved. He's signing a contract, and it's like, okay, I kind of don't follow at all yet. But I honestly think like that's meant to be like that. So
Mm-hmm.
like from the first episode alone, I will say I was lost, especially on that first scene.
Yeah,
But
me too.
yes, but I like looking back on it after watching 12 episodes, I think that was intended. And
That's true.
that being said, do you mind if I like talk about episode 1
No,
on the
go
whole
ahead.
or
Go
like
ahead.
yeah. That being said, I think honestly episode 1 is not a great introduction. Personally, because after
Totally
I
agree.
watched yeah, after I watched the first episode, I thought I don't really care. And this this is one problem that I will already fault the series for, which I think is how it develops Seal or Shieru.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that in general, and this is something I'll get into a little bit more when I talk about the characters, but he he's kind of a weak protagonist and kind of a like uh I don't know, the Japanese term "aimai" came to mind, but it means like vague or like not well defined.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like like I know his purpose now that I've watched 12 episodes, but definitely from the beginning, I was like, why is this guy here? Like what's his point? Like I don't understand what this like kid is doing.
So basically, I have written on the same thing like that. I didn't know his purpose, and actually, I still don't know his purpose. So I'm
Mhm.
excited what you have to say later when we get into characters.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I feel like episode 1 it is trying to here here's what I think episode 1 is trying to do. And I think this is interesting because I think episode 1 by itself is trying to almost establish a slice of life setting for this narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's basically saying, all right, we're, we're not going to tell you what happened at the very beginning of this when he signed the contract. We're just going to show you what happens in their day-to-day life. And I think that's a fine approach, but I think it definitely leaves you in the dark about Seal and about like his past and about what's going on, which like even if that is intended, I think it's kind of weak and it kind of leaves you with a weak impression of Seal.
Mm-hmm.
Um that being said, as far as the first episode goes, I think it establishes the like the I guess the slice of life cast, I'll call them, of
Mm-hmm.
like uh, uh, her name is like localized as Mei Rin, but I feel like it's like Maylin. I don't know why it would be Mei Rin,
I
but
have not remembered their names. I just called them
I
servants.
see.
So basically,
Servants
basically we have Seal, Sebastian,
and
and the
servants.
servants.
Okay, I haven't memorized all their names, but I did memorize ones I liked. Um,
Yeah, me too.
so okay, fair enough. But you have this girl with glasses, and I guess we're kind of going into the characters a bit, but you have I'm gonna call her Malin.
Yeah.
You have Finn, who's the gardener.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Um, uh, by the way, Malin is the maid. By the way,
Yeah,
Finn
I
is the
know.
gardener. And the cook, I don't remember the cook's name. He didn't matter like at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, he was just one of the servants, I guess.
Exactly. And then
Um,
there's this weird old guy who sometimes is there,
yes,
sometimes is just
yes,
there as
Tanaka,
little
yes,
himself.
yes, dude. Okay, Tanaka is actually kind of awesome. I like him a lot. But lastly, I feel like we've dodged a we've dodged the main issue by not talking about him. But we obviously have the character in question, the Black Butler, Mr. Black Butler himself.
Mr. Black Butler, Mr. Sebastian.
We have Mr. Sebastian himself. Um, and I guess we're kind of going into characters at this point, so like we might as well just go into it. But
Yeah.
dude,
So,
I will say, despite the negative things I will say about the series, because there are some, like Sebastian steals every scene he's in. To me, he is a really good character. Um, and like it might just be like his personality or like his mannerisms, but like how he is shown in each scene is just like he's just so awesome. Um, and I think that is in part to his voice actor.
Sebastian, the way he's shown, is one of my critique points. One of my critique points for the
Really?
series, because I think he's too overpowered. Like I get he's the devil and he should be overpowered.
Yeah.
Like it's not fun, at least to me, to watch a series where I know, okay, whenever something happens, Sebastian will save all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude. That is just so funny to me. Not that your point is funny, but just like when I think of this series and like what you just said.
Yeah, that's maybe that changes, but I feel like it won't change. Like I think it'll be in the further episodes, like 13 to 24 or 25. I don't know
Mm.
anymore. But I think that'll still be like the main theme that Seal just says, okay, Sebastian kill him, and Sebastian kills them, and everyone is happy except for the killed person.
Yeah, except for the guy being killed.
Yeah,
Unless it is Gureru or that
yeah. I have
uh
to sell to
the
also.
Shinigami.
Yeah, I also have stuff to say about Gudelu
Because
because
dude,
I
he wanted him to he wanted to be killed by him.
yeah, that's true. But I feel like I know there's a huge transition.
Okay.
I feel like Akasaka Aka had some inspiration from that Black Butler.
Oh, who is that again? Is that wait. Kaguya-sama?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaguya-sama, and it's also Oshinoko.
Oshinoko ne.
So if you look at Gureru before he has his red hair, his style looks
Yes,
so
yes.
much like Kaguya.
Ah, yeah, true. Hold on.
And if you look at like his would you say mistress?
Yeah, the girl in red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, kind of.
And if you compare her to Arima Kana,
Arima Kana. Okay, so can you see my screen?
yeah.
Yeah, so this is him before.
Yeah.
Um,
And with the tie and the hair, and if you look at Kaguya,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can definitely see it. Especially if you're looking at the manga art. The manga art's probably very close.
yeah,
But yeah, you said
the
fucking
vitamin red
yeah. It's Seal's aunt.
seals.
No, it's not gonna come up. Wait,
But
that's
if
not even how you spell his name, is it?
you spell it Ciel,
Oh my god, yeah. See, dude, I don't know what his name like. I didn't know how to say his name in English because I was watching it with Japanese subs and like listening to it, and I was like, what do you call this guy in English? Dude, she kind of bad though.
if you look at
Um,
Arima Kana,
Arima Kana. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is more like anime girl cute, and she's more like
definitely. That's why I
woman.
said
But yeah,
inspiration.
yeah, yeah. I can
I
see it.
felt like Akakasaka took some inspiration from Black Butler.
I think that's probably true. I honestly I think Seal's design looks very much um like one of Akasaka's characters.
Yeah, that's true. It could
Like
also,
like I, I think this design could be in like Oshinoko or something.
yeah, but it could also be like in uh, uh, Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel
Yeah,
like.
especially with the eye patch. But yeah, like w- I, I guess we were kind of getting into characters, and I was just talking about Sebastian. I think he stole every scene. As far as what you said about his power level, and this is gonna kind of go into another conversation about the series that I don't mind going into, but I think it's totally valid. I like I do think of it totally differently, but I think it's valid because I I think it's a problem of what Black Butler as a series is trying to be. which I think is sometimes confusing because, like I said, in the first episode, Black Butler kind of shows itself as like, it shows itself in more of like a slice of life manner.
Hmm.
Like it just kind of shows you like, okay, so here's what goes on in the uh, uh, what's his last name? Uh, yes, Phantom Hive. Here's what goes on in the Phantom Hive mansion. Like, oh, there's the maid. She's like dropping plates, and Sebastian has to like help and stuff like that. And so it's like, okay, so it's more of like a slice of life series, right? But then like as you keep watching, it kind of unveils its plot more so, and is like,
Hmm.
okay, so there is a plot of like what happened to Seal's mom and dad. Like, there's a plot of like why he took the butler's like contract or whatever. And then
True.
like in moments it was like even talking about like Finn's backstory, where uh he was looking at that dog and he was having like PTSD from being like tortured or something, and I was like, what is this guy's backstory?
Yeah, that's true. But I think we don't get to see enough of it.
Yeah.
And I'm still wondering what Seal's main goal in the story is. Like, is his plan to like avenge his parents? Avenge? I think avenge.
Hmm.
Is it avenge or revenge his
Yeah.
parents?
It's kind of complicated when you like talk about it like that. Yeah, I guess, but yeah, you would say like to avenge somebody,
Okay, good.
but it's weird because when you are avenging somebody, you're taking revenge.
Revenge.
So it's like it's
Yeah.
kind of both, but yeah. Anyway.
Okay. If his plan is to like avenge his parents, if their death as well as Seal's death are like an accident,
There we go. You got it.
if their death is not an accident,
Yeah.
like we don't get to know enough, and we're 12 episodes in. So I
Soulless now.
I personally wish we would know a little bit more about the thread which guides us through the story.
Mm. Yeah. And that is something that I will not fault the series for, but I think it can be a bit confusing because, l- like I was saying, it puts itself as a slice of life first and foremost, in my opinion. But
Hmm.
it's like it's also like a comedy because it's like about how like stupid all this is. But then it starts going into this like dramatic backstory and plot, and it's like, what is this series? Is it a slice of life comedy about this weird setup? Is it like a drama like plot about like his family and stuff like that? And honestly, in truth, I think it's all of the above. But I think it can be kind of confusing trying to follow that because it's like it it's not clear what this series is leading up to.
Hmm.
Because there could just be like a slice of life episode like in between all the story elements, and it's like, oh, okay, so that wasn't even about the story. That was just like a random like episode. Um, and I personally like that a lot. And but I understand if like people like don't want that because like some people don't want to like wonder what type of series this is. So it's like like you're saying like you want to know what's happening to his family and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, personally, not to go on too long, but I think this series is one of the smartest comedies I've ever seen because I personally think this series is a total comedy. I think everything, like all the stupid aspects, all of Sebastian being overpowered, all this stuff is just like playing into the joke, which I personally find really funny. But anyways,
That will also be part in my rating later.
mm,
So basically, we'll rate today what we think till now, and we'll set our final score at the end of the maybe part two if we do a part two.
yes, we will. That is
Okay,
correct.
we will do a part two, and our final rating will be then.
Yes, to just put that out there. Yes.
Now that we're kind of done talking about the characters, it's your time to shine, talking a bit about the voice actors. I mean, goes hand
Okay.
in hand, with
Yeah,
characters.
true.
I mean, it's kind of a weird plan, schedule, whatever
Yeah,
we have for today. Which is normally we just start with the story, but today we just got into characters so quickly.
true.
But just go with the
Um,
flow.
yeah, voice acting. I think it's actually a perfect segue because I'm gonna use this to talk about some character things, but for the most part, I'm gonna talk about voice actors. Honestly, I think this show has such a strong voice cast. Um, and I think it's due to a lot of people who are very popular in the industry being in here. Like, I've heard things about how good Sebastian's voice actor was even before I watched Black Butler. And
Mhm.
dude, I was gonna mention earlier, but Daisuke Ono, he voices him, dude. He he might be the reason why I like Sebastian so much because he just adds so much to his personality and to like his presence. And I think he just kills it. Like
He's
his voice acting.
he's the Japanese voice of Jingyuan from Honkai Star Rail.
Really?
Yeah, look on his
Oh, dude, yeah. Look, I'm looking at it. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Honkai Star
Also,
Rail.
have you watched Dragon Maid?
Uh, Half of the first season.
Dude, he voices Fafnir, who is basically just like Sebastian,
He
almost.
also looks like
I
Sebastian.
know he looks exactly like him, and I was like, I didn't even realize that. But like, it's so fitting. Um, but yeah, dude, Daisuke Ono, like, I cannot like give him enough props. Like, it is just too good. So like, like my genuine recommendation is if you like good voice acting, watch Black Butler just for him. I'm serious. Like, it is worth it. Um, that aside, I will throw out a couple of my other thoughts and favorites, which were honestly, uh, Malin became one of my favorite characters, probably due to her voice actor too. Um, Emily Kato.
I've heard of
Um,
her. That's something I
yes,
normally don't say,
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
but I feel like I have seen her
Check this out.
somewhere. Oh,
First of
she's
all,
Bailu from Honkai Star
yeah,
Rail.
she is, dude, dude. I noticed that. I noticed that,
Uh,
dude. By the way, uh, I noticed this. She's 41. Hobbies: playing MMORPGs.
well,
That's hype.
she probably
She plays
plays
Star
Bailu
Rail.
in her team or something.
Bro, that'd be hype. Hey, if I voiced Bailu, I would play her.
Yeah, but Bailu sucks. So,
Dude,
my
Bailu's
opinion.
like good, I thought.
No, I don't like her because she's way too random for a healer.
That's really funny.
Okay, what did you
But
voice?
she voices Cube in Madoka, which first of all, yeah, like that's great. Not my favorite role of hers, but definitely good. But I think the big one is she is Hachikuji in Monogatari, which like is of course like probably maybe her most famous role. It's definitely big. I'm looking through some of this other stuff. She's definitely done other stuff, but like Hachikuji is like a big one. And
Yeah,
it's at least the one that I know her from. And like she's amazing as Hachikuji. But for some reason I really liked her as Malin. And I it just really like made me connect to her character, and I just liked how like she was always like messing stuff up and Sebastian had to like help and stuff.
yeah, that's
Um
true.
it was really funny to me.
Yeah, I have a big take on voice actors or on a specific voice,
Yeah, please.
and I personally didn't enjoy listening to the voice of Seal. Like I
Okay,
felt
yeah.
like there wasn't enough emotion. So I get that he's like kind of cold emotion wise. But I feel like if he screams, and he does scream in the first 12 episodes, it doesn't feel convincing.
Hmm.
So yeah, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I think Seal's VA is um honestly, just like due to how strong this cast is, I think it's on the lower end for me. But honestly, I was pretty convinced by it. I do
Okay.
think um it's just kind of weird because I feel like it kind of ties into Seal's character, which honestly I found Seal's character kind of annoying in moments
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, dude, first of all, you're being really mean to Sebastian, which like it kind of makes sense because he's gonna take his soul eventually. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't like I like Sebastian, like be nice to him, and like that just kind of like made me mad at some moments. Um, so like even if it makes sense plot wise, I was kind of like, dude, you're just being rude. And
Mm.
like there were multiple moments where like he was going to like hit someone, and like Sebastian like stops him, and I'm like, dude, you were literally gonna like smack Elizabeth there, and I'm like, I don't know, he just has a bad personality.
I
You know what I
totally
mean?
got that where he wanted to
Yeah.
stop Elizabeth. I was like, why did you stop him? It was so like I kind of I don't know. I kind of feel like Elizabeth is weirdly cute, but
Mm.
also annoying.
Yes, yes, I found her annoying. I think otherwise, I think Gureru's voice actually. I actually liked his character quite a bit. I liked the episode where he was kind of like helping them in that one place fight those dolls. Um I think it's really
That's true.
funny. Uh yeah, I like how he kind of combined with the cast because he's not a good guy. Like no one here is really a good guy or bad guy, but like he is definitely like he's obviously a Shinigami. He's like he's not on their side. So like I like to see him like in their like party because it's like, oh, he's the bad guy helping him out, and I just kind of like that vibe. But
I'm wondering, are you anticipating the kiss between Sebastian and Gureru?
I mean, hey, what can I say? I well, Sebastian doesn't is not anticipating it, so
Yeah, but if Seal
true. If he
demands it,
commands him, yeah,
which he promised,
yeah, true. Oh my God, yeah, and that
but
like
he also like in the fight with the dolls, Seal also said, "Okay, fight them forever," and he didn't fight them forever. So uh, who
true.
knows?
He prioritized his master's health.
But I think this aspect for me is kind of useless. Fan service wise, maybe useful, but not my type of fan service.
Mm. Yeah, I guess VA is out of the way. I think overall this series had a strong VA cast, maybe the strongest of the shows we've watched so far. For
Okay.
me, for me personally. Um, and yeah, that's all I have to say about voice actors. I will praise Daisuke Ono to the end.
We're talking about the story quite a bit there.
True. Yeah,
Maybe we
we've
should
kind of dived
also
into other stuff.
talk more about the story
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
because, like, in the
Um,
first 2 episodes, 3 episodes, we get to know the characters a little better with some people dying on the left or on the right or wherever they're going. Yeah,
yeah.
but somehow in every episode someone randomly dies, even if they don't have to.
What
And
do you
if they
mean?
have to, they don't die. No, like in the first episode, this weird guest just
Oh yeah.
appears and he's like kind of tortured to death.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And like where episode 4, we have this Jack the Ripper side quest kind of thing
Yeah, Jack the Ripper. Yep.
where we also have some cross dressing action.
Yep. Yeah, yes we do.
And he probably should have died, but he didn't die. Like
And then it turns out he was the
the random
Shinigami.
guy. No, like the Shinigami? No.
Yeah. Remember Rel was the Shinigami or
Yeah,
Ureru
Gureru, but like
or
not the
whatever.
guy he cross dressed for.
Who are you talking
Like
about?
the random blonde guy who sells
Oh,
girls or women. I'm not sure.
he's yes, the Undertaker?
No, I don't remember his name, dude. Uh,
Ah.
but like in episode 4, you have this. this dance basically where they dance
Yes, the
to
dance.
get
Okay, yes,
close
that
to
one.
this blonde guy.
Yes. Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, I know who you're talking about now. Hold on. He was like the charming guy. But yeah, this guy, dude, dude, he was so funny. Like when Shiedo has to dress in that dress, and he's like dancing with Seal, and he's like, because he's like so annoying.
yeah.
Like I don't know. That's just personally like it's just funny to me. Like this kind of humor. What point were we talking about?
We were just talking about like that. I thought he should have died, but he didn't die.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because then he comes back later for the ice skating episode.
Yeah, and that's also another thing I didn't enjoy. That we also had these weird jumps between each episode. Like, okay, you had the Jack the Ripper arc, and suddenly there's the Demon Dog arc, and suddenly they
Yep.
have a demon dog which turns into a naked man when he's too excited,
Dude. Oh my god.
and then we're ice skating with people who want to blow up themselves or other people
Yeah.
because of a ring
See,
who makes humans into puppets or something, kind of like that.
to me, this kind of storytelling is personally just like it like appeals to me. Like I just like the like slice of life doing something new every episode type thing. And also I kind of like how it was like it wasn't necessarily like every episode was different. Like you said, like there was like short arcs, you know?
Yeah.
Like there was like the Demon Dog arc, which was like 2 or 3 episodes. There was um I actually personally really liked uh the story with Seal's aunt and like how she dies and like her past and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Madam Red. I actually thought her like backstory was pretty like I actually stopped. I was like, oh, I I think that was the point in like while watching where like my opinion was changing because like I was saying from the beginning of us talking, like the first episode didn't really give me a good impression. It like on the whole.
Hmm.
Um, and then like second episode, third episode, I was kind of like, is this just gonna be like some weird like mystery thing? Because like they were just killing these people who were going after the Phantom Hive household, and I was like, what is this gonna be? But then once they started doing more like slice of life stuff with like dancing with Elizabeth and all that, and just like showing the characters like doing funny stuff, and like all these like little mini arcs and like introducing Gureru as this like weird like hentai. Um, I was like, okay, I'm starting to see the charm of this series because I just like the fun cast of characters. I like the slice of life elements. I'm here for it. Um, and the one
Uh,
negative, yeah, go.
so it took me longer to get more into the series. So personally, I feel like in the last 3 episodes, so 10 to 12, where Elizabeth gets kidnapped and the weird puppet arc starts.
Yeah,
This is the kind of story that appeals to me, like not because of the puppets, but because we have some story we're going after. Because we have this ring, and they're making puppets out of girls.
yeah.
It's it's a weird anime, okay?
Dude, I'm telling you, you cannot describe it. Like, you can't explain it by just talking about it. You just have to watch it.
And I also felt like episode 12 felt like a finished series.
Yeah, dude, yes.
Like the
But like,
ending where Angela suddenly comes back into play
yeah,
and
dude,
throws this puppet away, and also Lizzie's servant calls her my lady in this weird way.
dude. When Angelina, yes, true. She said like my lady or something.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
something someone else said before, which I don't remember who, but someone said it. Someone bad.
well, I mean, Sebastian says my
My
lord,
lord.
which is kind of similar. Dude, that's so funny to me, by the
But
way.
like the guy who's singing this London Bridge is Falling Down song,
Yes.
like he also has this tone where he says like where he sings like My Fair Lady, but he also said like my lady in that
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
tone. So it kind of gives the impression that her servant is also on that
Mm.
bad side.
But yeah, dude, that last episode, like, dude, okay, honestly, what kind of got me, like realizing that I kind of like the series was at the end when like Angelina like comes back and she like grabs that puppet and like throws it down. I was like, dude, the cliffhanger for episode 12, really? And it kind of just got me wanting to see what was gonna happen next. And I was like, dang, like do I actually like this? And I've been thinking about it ever since I like stopped watching it of like what I was gonna say during this podcast. But I was just overall probably impressed with the story and how things progressed.
Yeah. Episode 12 got me excited to watch more. Like I feel like it's too late for a 24 episode anime to like get me in episode 12.
Understandable.
I also like the uh London Bridge is falling down song reference kind of
Hmm.
thing. Like that was well done. I like the song. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
know it's like I think it's called nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um.
that's basically it with the story, and I'm excited to
Yeah.
see how long this arc progresses. I hope it lasts till the end of the series, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Based on the track record.
Yeah, and the pacing wise,
Yeah.
it's like this anime is way too fast for a arc to
Yeah.
last 12 more episodes. So I think like maybe one or two more, but then it's over.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah. Yeah.
hope not. I would want to see like slower but more detailed.
Yeah. As much as I personally do like this kind of storytelling, I think honestly the pacing is all over the place. And if anyone were to um give the series a negative for that, I totally understand.
So I think there's only one big thing left, and it's the music.
The music, nah. Um, I actually didn't. I didn't look this up in preparation for this, but I want to look up who did the OST first, real quick.
Okay.
And I'm not getting that here. Composed by Taku Iwasaki. I just want to see what he's done. Because
Gurren
something.
Lagann. I can see two Gurren Lagann, JoJo's,
Oh,
Noragami,
Soul
Bungo
Eater.
Stray Dogs, Soul Eater,
I knew
Akame ga
something was
Kill.
familiar. He did Soul Eater. Soul Eater. I was definitely getting familiar vibes from something, and I think it's Soul Eater's OST, which I think is really good. Um, One thing I'm surprised about is that he didn't do the Death Note OST, which some parts of the Black Butler OST were very similar to Death
Yeah,
Note's.
that's true.
And I was like, is this by the same guy? Um, and I guess now
Apparently
that
it's
I'm
not.
apparently not. Um, it is Taku Iwasaki, who I think did a great job. Um,
Yeah, I
uh,
agree. Like the OST was good, but opening and ending were like, eh, not
mm,
not fitting
really
for
not
me.
fitting for you.
Yeah, so I knew like Sid from the opening, like from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh yeah, yeah, the first ending.
Really, I think he also made an opening, but I'm not sure there.
Mm.
I just
Oh, maybe,
remembered
maybe.
from Full Metal Alchemist.
Mm.
But the opening was way too slow for me, like for the anime, because like the pacing was rather fast, and then we have this slow ass opening, which it like didn't get me into like the mood of watching the episode.
Mm.
And the ending was just boring to me. Like there was nothing appealing.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
this
I get you.
typical like chibi style in the ending, which I feel like is typical for like late 2000s
Yeah,
anime.
definitely, definitely typical.
I listened to it once or twice, as well as the opening, and then was like, okay, I've heard it, and that's enough. And I
I
don't
see.
like that in anime, as you know. I prefer catchy openings, like
Hmm.
going with the vibe, having fun in the opening. So I'm excited to watch the episode.
I think we are right on the mark together with the OST because I think the OST was good.
Mhm.
There were no tracks that made me want to go listen to the OST by itself, but I think it was fitting. It was good. I was like I was peaked in some moments. But I think we might be opposite on the ED and OP,
Yeah,
which is
as
really
I
interesting.
said before, I think our opinions will differ on this show.
Yeah, yeah. Which is kind of a first for this podcast, but
Well,
um
episode 5, and we have everything there.
oh, I was gonna say something, but now I'm forgetting like you earlier.
We were talking
Um
about the OST and that we were on completely opposite sides.
yes. There was something else, but I'll just forget it. Um but yes, so we're disagreeing for the OP and ED, I think. So I mean not completely disagreeing because I will say on a first listen, the OP didn't really catch me at all.
Hmm.
Um, it was only after watching it a little bit more where I was like, okay, like this song is actually fine. Like I actually by the end of the season, I will say I liked the OP, but not too much. Like it was just like it was a good song. Like I think it's a good song, but not like I'm not gonna add it to my playlist or anything.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it was fitting for the dark themes of Black Butler. And honestly, I just think the like late 2000s like edge in the music is just really funny. Like I think it just adds to like the Chunibyo elements that I was talking about. Like it's so dark for the sake of being dark. Like it's just oh my god. I just can't get enough of it. But yeah, so that was my thoughts on the OP. Um, but dude, the ED, I understand what you mean, but I actually really like the chibi art style that came because it really like it evokes like sort of like the slice of life elements, which I think are really cute. Um,
Hmm.
and it also like on a side tangent, it kind of shows something that I think is interesting with the series, and that is who's the main character. And
Depends. If you're
I
asking
think
me, it depends.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's an interesting conversation, but if could you elaborate on that, or do you not really have much to say about it?
I think I would want to wait with that until we
Okay,
finish,
yeah, fair enough.
because maybe in the next 12 episode there will happen something. And I feel like the part 2 episode of this will be shorter because
Yeah,
we
I was about
don't
to
have
say
to
because
get
we've already
into the
talked
voice
about it.
actors and character. We'll talk about the story and our opinions, but at least I don't think the OP and ED and OC will change that much.
ですね.
But we'll see that in a fortnight.
We'll see
I,
y'all in Fortnite.
I feel like reviving the word Fortnite, like time wise, not the
Yes, like
game.
for the 2 week period.
Yeah, like
Hey,
I
I'm
I
all
think
for
it's
it.
a cool word. I like it. It's like the German word for like day after tomorrow, the day before yesterday. Then we just
Oh
have
yeah?
a short word like übermorgen oder vorgestern, if
Ah,
you remember.
Vorgestern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the day before yesterday.
What was the other one you said? The day after tomorrow?
Übermorgen.
Übermorgen. Oh, okay. Yeah, like almost like the over tomorrow.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
I feel like it's cool to have these like shorter words. And as I mentioned before, German doesn't have the word for a 2 weeks from today, like the fortnight kind of word.
That's why I love learning languages because you learn all these shortcuts.
Yeah,
And if you know people to talk to, you can really get your point across. Like, Japanese has that too for the day after tomorrow. I believe it's
satte.
asatte
Mm.
ne. Um, and there is one for the day before yesterday. I think. Do you know it?
Ototoi.
Oh, so. Ototoi ne.
Mm.
I gotta add that to my
It also shows me the day before yesterday as Zenzenjitsu. Zenzenjitsu.
Densenjitsu. Literally before day.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Can you actually say that? No way. Zen. Oh, I think I bet you can.
As we're following my dictionary, at least apparently you can.
Dude, this is so interesting. I just found this phrase.
Yeah, me too. And
It's
I wanted to say
oto.
it, but it came up on your screen. It was like, okay, we're going to talk about it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. So
Ototo kiagare.
so the phrase is ototo ikiagare, which literally means come the day before yesterday. And it's supposed to say like don't ever come here again.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is so like that's such a funny way to say that. Wow, that's funny. So we got Zen Zenjitsu and Ototoi. Okay. I gotta remember those. I was talking about the ED, and I kind of want to go into a bit of a conversation. I know we've been going on a bit long, but um, I so first of all, I like the chibi art style. I think it plays into the slice of life nature, and it also puts sort of like it puts Sebastian in like the sort of like the position of the main character because he's like doing everything, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is very nice. But also the song. Okay, so the song is so basic, and I actually hate how it's in English because I just think it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
Um, and at first I was like, this is so cringe. But dude, honestly, I have kind of like a guilty pleasure for like pop punk music. And that song is kind of like exactly the like exact early pop punk or late 2000s pop punk that I like used to listen to a lot of. And it just kind of scratched an itch for me where I was like, oh, I just kind of want to listen to this. So I actually listened to the song while running yesterday, and I was getting hyped up. Um,
Yeah.
so I will say I like the song, and but like I don't think it's a good song. I think it's a very cheap, a very cheesy song, but it personally kind of
Yeah.
gets my vibe.
Yeah. It's like with me that I have this thing for extremely high pitch kind of voice. If we're thinking like Pop Into or
Yeah,
Kanzen
pop
Mutuki no
into
Idol.
eh?
Yeah, or the other from the live action, like Kanzen Mutuki no Idol,
Mm.
where we have talked about before. And I mean, if it would be like this kind of, I'd call it like ultra pop kind of thing because it's
Yes,
not
like
normal
hyper
pop. It's
pop.
just
Yeah.
just high pitched pop.
So.
And if it would be that, then of course I'd probably enjoy it. But it's not my type.
Yeah, speaking of the high pitched voice, I've shown people who don't listen to anime music. I've shown them like an opening or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had people tell me like dude, like I can't get I can't get used to their singing. Like it's so like high pitched and all that. And like even even for a song that like I don't think was very high pitched.
Yeah, because you're used to the sound of Japanese, but I feel like Japanese, as due to their like pitch accent and their like sounds they use, like for example, German has all these like hard and darker sounds like T, D, the
So nah.
CH. So I think like since Japanese doesn't have these hard sounds, that it sounds like more high pitch than what people are
Mm.
used to, at least for you in Texas or for me in Germany.
That definitely could be the case. Um, but I honestly just thought it was interesting because
Yeah.
I think me and you are kind of we're kind of like blinded by that. Like we don't really see that anymore because we've just listened to it a lot. But yeah, I think there's just certain parts of Japanese music that you just kind of get used to over time. Similarly with anime too. It's like you just kind of get used to these these cringy protagonists who have eye patches.
I feel like uh, that's also like part of learning a language that you just like get so much input that you just get used to the sounds.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I like watching anime with Japanese subs has done a similar thing for me. And like using Anki more.
Hmm.
because I used to try to use it, but I've actually gotten on like using it a lot more often now, and like using my subtitles as like ways to get new words and like add it to my Anki. And it's honestly become a habit for me where I just like to do it now. And
That's how I learned English. Looking up every word I didn't know was kind of
dude,
tiring. And I know it's always said on YouTube, don't do that, don't do that. But if it's fun, like if you still enjoy your content, well, who cares what other people say? It helped me learn English, helped me memorize the vocab. That's basically so. I started reading the first chapter of Promised Neverland, where I also started like writing stuff down or getting vocab out of, which I didn't know before, like Kojin, like Kojin, the orphanage.
oh, is it like Kojin like personal?
No, Kojin, like Kojin,
Kojin. I don't know if have I
Kojin.
heard that? Kojin. Orphanage. So it's like Koji, which is like orphan, and like
Yeah,
Kojin, like an orphanage. I see. I'm gonna add that to my deck. Thank you for teaching me that.
yeah, basically stuff like that. Just getting so much different input to learn new words.
100% agree. And I think anyone who says don't do that or like is like I think do what you enjoy.
Yeah, I
Um,
also think like that's the problem with all these videos. Learn a language fast because I think learning a language shouldn't be fast,
no, it is not fast. It is
and it
not.
shouldn't be. Like if you just want to learn a language fast, it's like useless because then you don't get to see all the beautiful parts. Sacrificing your time for useless stuff, but it's still fun because you feel like getting more involved with language and culture.
I could not agree more. I think one thing I've learned after like I wouldn't say I'm good at Japanese at all, but like one thing I've learned after getting better is that this is going to be a lifetime journey
Yeah,
where like I might go through periods where I'm not learning as much or I might forget some things, but that's just life. Like I'm going to be learning new words for my whole life. And like that's not just with Japanese. Like one thing learning Japanese has taught me that I think you've realized is like learning Japanese has made me realize how many English words I don't know. And I've started using that opportunity to learn like every time I like see a word in English that I don't know, I'll like look it up and be like, "Oh, like I didn't know that word."
and
And
then I get the notice. Oh, dude, I
yeah,
just
yeah,
found this new word.
yeah.
And then I look,
And then
and
I'll
then,
just
oh, I
send
didn't know
you.
that. It was so crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm teaching you.
yeah, and it's also like you get so many new people to speak with. Like
Exactly.
as I learned English, it's like had me has given me so many opportunities to just talk to random people who didn't know German. And I feel
I
like,
couldn't have talked to you.
yeah, exactly. And I feel like learning Japanese opens another door for me to get into their culture, like not in a bad way, but like
Get in.
I think getting into their culture
I'm trying
sounds
to get
weird.
in.
Like embrace their culture. Ha, I found a
So
word that fits.
listen to embrace.
To embrace.
How lovely.
Yeah, and I always find new words in English. Like I can communicate, but like infamous as before.
Hmm.
Like not a word I use often, so I don't remember it. I also had like a huge problem to remember the word to ask. It took me like 3 years to remember the meaning.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what to ask mean.
Interesting. I think it's really sorry, we're just going down a rabbit hole, but I think it's interesting how in Japanese the verb to ask and the verb to hear are the same thing.
And it's so weird to me.
It is very strange. It like I've gotten used to it over time, but it like at first I was like, how is that the same? But it's just like how people think of ideas, I guess.
Yeah. Well, since we're not getting anywhere with Black Butler and just continue talking about
Maybe we
language
should have
to
a linguistic podcast.
maybe, but like I feel like we wouldn't have much to talk about it if we would only talk about linguistics. But
Maybe,
we'll talk
maybe
a
so.
lot about language while talking about anime.
Because that is a big reason why I watch anime.
Yeah, and to conclude our episode, I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
in a scale from 0 to 100, in steps of 5,
Yeah.
what is your rating for now?
Okay. Oh man. So I had a rating going into this, but I feel like talking about it is making me change. Um, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. My current rating of Black Butler, after watching only 12 episodes, on a scale of 100 in ranks of 5, is a 75.
Holy shit.
Um, and honestly, I think I am giving the series too much credit. But it's just because it personally appeals to me a lot by the type of storytelling it has, and also by the lovable cast, mostly lovable. Some of them are not that good, but mostly lovable cast of fun slice of life characters, which I think have funny moments. So that's why I give it a 75 because I just like it.
That's all that rating is about. It's nothing like where you should be neutral. It's just your own opinion. So
Tashkanine.
giving
So
it a
Leon,
75 is like totally understandable for your opinions.
my my disposition.
Haha.
So Leon, on a scale from 0 to 100 in ranks of 5, what would you give Black Butler so far?
So I feel like I've bashed Black Butler a lot, and well, I'm excited for the next episodes and the second half of the season. And for now, I feel like bashing Black Butler a bit more, with giving it a 40 out of 100 and
Holy
ranking it
shit!
among Shika no Konoko no Koko Stantan and
Oh
Diabolic
my
Lovers.
god! Wow. That's just so mean. Man, that is our first disagreement. That's the biggest disagreement we've had, I think.
Yeah, like normally we're close together, but this anime is it's not bad. I mean, it's still 10 points over Tanya, but I feel like from
Oh
the
man.
storytelling, it's so close to like oh Sika Moko Moko no Koko Stantan. I always get that title. I have to say it
Chika no
completely.
kono kono koko stan tan.
You know, I feel like the storytelling is similar. You have this weird one episode with some side quests, the overpowered main character, and some weird ass shit going on in between.
Yeah, I actually didn't keep watching that show. That show let me down. Like I was kind of excited for that show, and then none of the characters were good at all.
Yeah, well, that's why I rank it the same with
But
Black
I will
Butler.
say I understand you comparing the storytelling style because it's kind of similar with like the episodic slice of life like comedy stuff. But I just think the characters are a lot better in Black Butler personally. But I get you.
Yeah,
All,
well, that
all that aside,
rating might change in the second half. That's just first 12 episodes.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Currently, it could get worse to like 35. I don't think it'll get to 30 because, well, maybe depends on what will happen, but it could also go up to like
Holy shit,
50 depending on the next episodes, the next story arcs.
dude! Here we are. We're at a okay. You're at a 40, and we're gonna keep watching. So let's see what happens to our scores.
Then,
Uh, like Leon was saying, we'll probably do a shorter episode next time because we're gonna talk about how the season ends, I guess, and it's not gonna be like as long as like in depth because we've already gone over a lot of the stuff. But I guess we'll do the next episode on the rest of Black Butler.
but that means we have more time to get into the rabbit hole of language. So,
Oh my gosh,
uh,
yes, we can explore our linguistic podcast ideas.
yeah, so that might happen, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for everything that I could possibly bring up.
Yeah, well then we'll record the next episode in a fortnight. So
We'll see you guys in a fortnight.
see you in a fortnight. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.